I want to walk you through a guide of Schoology resources that you will encounter as you explore and gain access to the Facing History and Ourselves course. There will be a few differences between this page and your page, so don't get hung up on things like section numbers and maybe what it says up here in the announcement. And also, there are additional resources in the folders on the Schoology page, and oftentimes you'll find a separate video just dedicated to those resources. So just be aware that those exist. So the first thing is this announcement. It will either stay as this group schedule, or I may update it to the weekly schedule. More likely that it will stay as a group schedule, or if there's something that I want you guys to be aware of coming up, I may post that there. So this is just a spot for me to share things with you that I want to make sure that you clearly see. So if we scroll a little further down, the first thing you'll notice is a questions discussion box. So this is a place where you can type a quick question that you have about an assignment um, or a resource on the page that I can answer very quickly here, or a classmate who might know the answer, who sees your question, can answer quickly here also. If you're going to respond to somebody, please make sure, obviously, that it is on task, on topic, that it follows all of our school parameters, but there is going to be some level of trust with this. You feel free to answer each other's questions. I will answer your questions here also, but know that this is not private. So if you want to send me a message that other students can't see, then make sure that you are messaging me through the Schoology website or sending me a separate email. The next folder that we see is the attendance folder. And so the attendance folder is going to be another way that we're going to take daily attendance. Now, you need to be aware of the attendance folder, whether or not you are in person that day, virtual that day, or virtual every day. You need to click on the date. So let's say it's the 18th. Type here and hit submit. Generally, that's all I'm going to have you do. If you'll notice on the 17th here, I am having you tell me a little bit about yourself and how to pronounce your name. But this is how I'm going to take attendance. This is not a grade. It is just for attendance purposes. So the next folder is course introduction. This just houses general things like the welcome video that I've posted for you, your syllabus, some other videos that I want you to look at from Facing History, and a PDF that I want you to read. This is a good time for me also to point out something called Mark Complete. If you note, or must complete, if you notice that a folder says must complete, it means that I am expecting you to complete the items within that folder. And once you've done all of them, this little grayed out must complete thing right here will turn green. And I will be able to see that you have completed the items in here. So think of this as participation. I can also set parameters on what you need to do with the items within it. I can ask that you view them in order. So if I set it up in this folder for you to have to view things in order, then you would see all of these, but they would be grayed out until you viewed this item. So it will tell you in some cases you must view the item, in other cases you must make a submission of the item. So make sure that you are looking at everything, especially if you see a must complete next to it. You'll see this resources folder. The textbook is linked here. Whenever I ask you to do any readings, I want you to refer back to the textbook. The textbook is a PDF. It's a searchable PDF, which is really wonderful. So you can actually click on the different chapters. My internet's a little slow, but you can actually click on the little chapters, different chapters, and it will bring you right to that chapter instead of scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through, every single page here. Be on the lookout for this little K for Cami. There's a separate video in the resources tab about that. So I want to show you what I mean here. If I scroll down, let's say I want you to read the consequences of stereotyping. You can just click on it. It takes you right here to the consequences of stereotyping, and we can even watch a video if we follow this little link here. Okay, so that's the textbook. This is the Facing History and Ourselves website, and this is an introduction to that Cami resource, which I was just telling you about. Then we get to our weekly folders. There's going to be a folder for each week. Every folder is going to start off with the schedule. This is what the schedule is going to look like. So if you're group A, you're going to look here. If you're group B, you're going to look here. And if you are all virtual, you're going to follow along with the Tuesday, Thursday cohort. So if you look up here, it says there's a note for all virtual students and then also a note for all students. So virtual people, this applies to just you. Everyone else, this applies to just, well, yeah, this applies to everyone, right? Including virtual students. So for Zoom meetings, which the all virtual kids will need during that Tuesday, Thursday time block, but then also Friday, we'll be doing virtual meetings for everyone for those short 20-25 minute virtual meetings. There is a PDF down here with information. There's a standing appointment here, a standing meeting link. All you'll need to do is click on this. It'll prompt you for a meeting ID and a meeting passcode. This is just my classroom number. You'll enter those and you'll be in the meeting. And it'll be the same link every week. Just be aware of that. A couple of notes here, and I want to make sure I hit these. So it says you will need to complete the attendance assignment and work on your daily work notebook every single day. Both of those are things I'm not going to type in the schedule every day. Make sure you take attendance. Make sure you take attendance. Like, remember to take attendance. And then also remember that at the end of every week on Friday, your daily work notebook will be due. But although I will create an assignment saying that the daily work notebook is due, so you will see that on your Schoology calendar. I'm not necessarily going to put here that your daily work notebook is due. So just make sure that you understand that you are submitting that daily work notebook every single Friday. So let me show you what that is. Daily work week 1. It is an interactive notebook. So once you open this document, it's going to copy it for you. You can edit it, only you will be able to see it until you turn it into me and share it with me, and nobody else can edit for you. So it's a daily work notebook. It has some little instructions for you. It's got a place for you to type your name. So everywhere I want you to type should already have a text box you'll be able to add to. And then each day has a question and also a place for you to type your response. It's pretty straightforward, and again, you will just submit this when you are finished. I'll be able to see who's working on it and who has submitted it. There's one for every day of the week. These are all just assignments that are going to be explained as we go further. Notice that down here on the assignments, it says you must make a submission for the folder to be complete. And then on Fridays, we'll have a discussion. This Friday is going to be about some reading. And then your assignment for the rest of the day will be to participate in a discussion post. We'll do that each Friday. And so this Friday, our conversation in the discussion post is going to be on the danger of a single story, which is a very well-known TED Talk where you will watch the video and comment with a reaction or question you may have. for this must complete, it says must post a comment/reply. So that is our Schoology folder. Especially with me teleworking in the beginning, Schoology is going to be very important, but will remain important as we continue our classroom journey together. So as always, email me if you have any questions. Thank you.